Well, first race day's in the books. It was a lot of fun. Might not look like it based on the condition of the poor Chevette, but it was a lot of fun. The things we got to try worked really well. The big giant tires we got in the back, they increased the wheel speed by quite a bit. We will probably be playing with those more. We ended up saving them. We started the first heat race on the pole and ended up winning. It was nice to just kind of feel out the car, feel how I was able to drive it. Made a couple changes. The track continued to get really dry, and we went out for the feature, and it was a handful to drive. This thing was loose. The tires were breaking out everywhere. We made a couple changes to the engine. I put some timing into it. And then I also played with the cam timing a little bit with the adjustable cam sprocket, and really woke it up to the point where it was just cooking the tires on demand, and it was a lot of fun. It wasn't the fastest way to be on the track, but it was a lot of fun. We were in the mix until things got a little hairy, and I had a hard time catching the steering wheel. What happened here is actually the steering column underneath came apart and landed on my lap, and the car just took a hard veer right into the wall, right on coming out of corner 4 on the last lap too. So I figured I should be cutting the grass. I should be cleaning up this mess that happened earlier this week. Big ass tree fell down and crushed the old Bonneville pretty good. Then this big sucker over here came down too. Crushed the old Chev a little bit and just missed the Model A. I don't even think it's touching. And I should be kind of getting rested up and ready. My lacrosse team, the Blue Collar Lacrosse Club, we play for the championship tonight too. So there's a lot going on, but whenever you have a wrecked race car, you always want to see how wrecked the race car is. So we're going to do that before any of the other stuff that I should be doing, and probably get a list of parts together that I'm going to have to replace or buy and then reinstall. See what it looks like. So this is what happened. This is the end of my steering shaft. It goes on the end of this part here. Can we see that? There we go. So I think what happened is over the course of time, as I'm yanking on that steering wheel, it just eventually vibrated loose. There's no physical damage to the shaft itself, and there's nothing stopping that shaft from pulling out, and I probably just eventually pulled it right out. So slight overthought on my part. I'll end up putting a collar on that shaft so you can't pull it out anymore, and that should stop that from happening in the future. Learn the hard way. It didn't even seem like that hard of a hit, to be honest. And I thought if I could put the steering column back together, I'd be able to drive it back into the pits. And then one of the pit marshals came in through the tire on the hood of the car for me. The weird thing is that we pulled the dust cap. The dust cap was on the racetrack, and the cotter pin was still in the spindle when we got to the pits, but the spindle nut was gone, and the whole wheel and hub assembly came off. When it did that, it broke the brake disc. This was the part that was inside the caliper, and it just broke that right off. Bearings gone, seals blown up. So I don't know if that was from the impact or if something was leading up to that, and the impact just capped it off. Strange. When we got the car back into the pits afterwards, we ended up taking the caliper off, so we could at least slide the spindle. We were able to put a new tire, slide the spindle back on just so we could at least roll it onto the track. But we did a number on the brake pads, so we'll add that to the list. Shock's a bit bent too. Hopefully we can salvage that. Well, it's all apart. There's no structural damage, right? That's just a bumper bar there, but none of this stuff has been affected. This is just some tin, nothing major, nothing's happened down here. So all the important stuff is still intact. The stuff that broke was the stuff that's supposed to break, so the important stuff doesn't break, so we're in good shape there. So this is just a brake disc section of the wheel hub. The hub itself looks fine. I'd have to do some major cleaning inside there and replace the bearings and put some fresh grease in it. But we might be able to salvage that. This was the wheel that was on it when we crashed. So we did a number to the rim. I'm hoping we can fix it. It looks like the tire's still salvageable though, so that's important. We got, there's 2 new hub assemblies right there, so I've got the spare parts to fix that. And then over here, so the control arm's bent. You can see where it got bent right there. So that's pretty much garbage. The shaft is bent a little bit. I think we can fix that. And then the snout on the spindle looks a little bent. So I think I'll just end up turfing this spindle. I've got, we walk over here. I've got buckets of parts, spindles, control arms, and the whole works. So we've got everything we need to fix it. All we need to do is we need to re-taper that for the upper ball joint. We need to weld in our sleeve for the lower ball joint, mount our tow hooks, our shock mounts, and install our poly bushings. So overall, it's not bad. If I really wanted to get ambitious, I probably could have this thing back on all 4 wheels today and then find out why it didn't seem to want to go in or out of gear anymore. That could be the more concerning thing. Anyways, ciao for now.